Yo, what's up, Gib here? We've got another Zenless tier list to review. Did Pyron cook? Pyron? Did they cook? Did they not cook? Did they ruin everything? Is Zenless over? Well, I don't really care about the tier list, Pyron tier list, it's usually wrong most of the times, or they're just like incorrect, If you guys don't know, the Pyron people, they don't even be playing the games. They just be farming you guys for impressions, But, you guys love the tier list, so you just keep eating it up. But, let's get into what they got going on for the 2.1 tier list here with Seed launch, and, I'll give my takes on, like, the characters, where they're at, all that type of stuff, So, yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. Let's see what they got for the changelog right here. Changelog, we got Seed, Nekomata went down. Oh, Nekomata went up with partner. Bernice went up. No, she went down. I can't read today, I guess. Lycon went down. Trigger went down. Lucy went down. Season went down. Okay. Noted. Okay, so you got some people went up. Some people went down. All right, so let's peep. Wait, they said Nekomata went up. She went from tier 4 to tier 3, bro. She didn't go up. All right, so tier list here. We have Miyabi, Yijuan in the tier 0. Okay, we have Vivian. We have all these. All right, big start of the tier list right now. Alice is the same tier as Miyabi and Yijuan. These Pride 1 tier lists are per patch. Alice is 1,000,000% the same tier as Miyabi and Yijuan. I don't even know if Yijuan can really be in the same tier as them, I'm gonna be honest. Anomaly is just kind of the king, Queens of Anomaly here, they kind of just destroy everything. I think Yijuan might have to go down nowadays, to be honest. You have to also keep in mind that Pride 1 doesn't do their tier list with signatures, so like, Yijuan probably 100% got to go down, low-key. I don't know why they don't have a signature tier list, realistically, but yeah, I guess it is what it is. Yanagi's the GOAT. Yeah, Alice should go up. Evelyn's the GOAT. Hugo. I'm not going to lie. I feel like Hugo and Evelyn aren't that far off from each other. Call it a hot take. I feel like they're not that far off from each other, especially with like all those changes they've been having recently and stuff with like stunners and all that. I feel like Hugo is a Shu defense character. I feel like he's the GOAT in Shu defense, and then Deadly Assault, he's like, okay. And then he's terrible in Hollow Zero, so I don't know. Obviously, this is I like to think of characters in like all their senses of what they can use and everything. Seed just came out. She's debuted at tier 1. There's been a lot of controversy on this. Oh my god, she's the worst character ever. Seed is absolutely terrible. No, she's good. She's a good character to have on your account. She doesn't need to be, higher or lower. I think tier 1 is actually the perfect position for her. Actual good Pride Win placement here. Seed is very good for new accounts also. She just makes it so you can use any of the starter attackers with a nice little buff on them, which is pretty good as well. So yeah, I think tier 1 is fine for Seed. We got Sanby and stuff, Sanby's getting a buff soon. Jane, where's Piper at? Am I bugging? No, Piper's still here. Guys, am I just blind today or what? I can't see nothing, can't read nothing. We got Haramasa 1.5. Soldier tier 2. My GOAT Soldier just keeps falling off. Yo, low-key, I was playing Haramasa on a viewer account with his SIG. Is Haramasa really a tier above Soldier 11? I feel like he's not. Especially when Seed's in the picture, I feel like they're both just Seed supports, I'm not gonna lie. They both use energy. If you have M1 Soldier, you're gonna use more energy for Seed. I feel like they're the same tier. Not that it really matters that much, but like all of these people, if you put Seed in the picture, I feel like they're not far off from each other, except for maybe Anton, because he like has to have Asriel. Like Billy and Corrin and stuff. Okay, Billy and Corrin, I think maybe could go up, and then keep Anton and Nekomata at the bottom because they're just kind of bunts. It is what it is. I don't agree with how they have a secondary DPS and support thing. I think a tier list or 2 ago, they made it so that supports and stunners go together on the same tier. Now, I understand the philosophy, right? It's like, oh, if you have a support, right, they can do the same thing as a stunner because at the end of the day, a stunner is supporting you by making the enemy get stunned faster so you get the stun multiplier. But I disagree because what is the point of the stunner then if they're just going to be in the support tab? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like they have different, different things they could be on. I don't know. In my opinion. That's just my opinion. Because, like, I feel like at that point, what's the point of the secondary DPS tab? You know what I'm saying? I feel like they should just be in DPS at that point, or put them in support. Realistically, if you're going to have a secondary DPS and a support, and stunners can't be a secondary support, or they're just stunning support, I feel like they should be in their own, that should be their own tab. Or if they're not going to be on their own tab, move these over. There should be only 2 tabs. I don't know. This is my opinion. I realistically think there should be like 4 tabs, but yeah. Anyways, not much to really talk here on support thing, but for whatever reason, Nicole, since the start of the game, has never been tier 0, I think. I don't know why. Like, I'm smoking crack, but Nicole is easily tier 0. She's been tier 0 since the start of the game. She's still tier 0. I don't know why they don't have Nicole in tier 0. That's probably the worst placement in the whole tier list right now. I'm not gonna lie. Lycon went down. for whatever reason. I don't know why Lycon went down. Maybe because he's not played as much in Miyabi Mono Ice. I still think he's kind of pretty solid for a standard character, in my opinion. Trigger needs her Sig to be tier 0. I've seen a lot of people talking about this. Yeah, Trigger, she's tier 1 without her Sig, because then she's just giving you off-field stunning, she's giving you the stun set, and she's giving you the damage multiplier outside of stun, which is really good, but it's not too crazy, obviously, and then she does a little bit of damage as well. But yeah, without her signature getting that defense shred, she doesn't have that big of a gap between these other characters, unfortunately. I think with Sig, though, Trigger is easily a tier 0 character. Chingy, Penyu, Pokera all in here as well. Caesar went down. I feel like, I know Caesar is really bad, but I feel like realistically, Caesar could be bottom of tier 1, my opinion. Lucy went down. I could see that. We have a lot of attack. We have a lot of attack supports now. It's just kind of hard to have. It's kind of hard to say you should go for Lucy. Rena just doesn't have a place. She just doesn't have a place. And then Kaleda and Set, and then 4-star Ambi. Yeah, they're just kind of at the bottom here. I wonder if they ever like buff Kaleda or anything. Dude, one thing. Okay, this has nothing to do with the tier list. I hope we get another character. They have the thing between Ben Bigger and Kaleda, which are two characters who would realistically like never even play together, just from the same faction. But it's cool. They have the double ulti thing. There's no characters in the game with the double ulti anymore. Why? They have such a cool concept. They have like they have it's literally a special ult animation. Everything it has its own multiplier. It's like a whole extra skill. And they haven't done that anymore. Why not? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Also, I feel like there's not a whole tier gap between this and this. I don't know. Like, I feel like if you're gonna... Okay, this might be a crazy, insane hot take. I feel like if you're gonna drop Caesar Lucy, right? Reno was already in tier 1.5. I think you put Kaleda, Seth, Caesar, Lucy, and Rena all in the same tier. Call me crazy. I think they should all be in the same tier. And then 4-star Ambi, she just bunts. I mean, I wonder if they ever change 4-star Ambi. Because, like, she's just really bad. Like, you would never use 4-star Ambi anywhere. All she does is stun. That's the only thing she does. She doesn't do any damage. She doesn't give any buffs. All she does is stun. I feel like maybe that one day they could change her. Secondary DPS, not much to say. Vivian, Yanagi's a goat. Bernice, she fell off. I don't really think Grace is a secondary DPS, but she's not a main DPS either. She's not doing no type of DPS. I'm not gonna lie. They put Grace in tier 4 support. But I'll be honest. Yeah, biggest things about the tier list. Let's wind it up. Alice goes up. Yijuan goes down. Or just keep them all in tier 0. I feel like just Alice goes up though. 1,000,000% Alice goes up. Easily Alice goes up. What else? They didn't change Sambi for Seed. Haramasa, Soldier. I feel like these characters are not that far apart with Seed's release, if you're including Seed. Okay, you're not going to play Soldier with Seed, but if you were playing Soldier with Seed, I think you're getting like the same values with Haramasa, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, to be honest. Let me know what you guys think about that. Let me know what you think about that. Most other things, though, I don't know. At the end of the day, I think Zenless tier list, see, the problem with a Zenless tier list is Zenless characters are not just a tier, Because at the end of the day, you got to think about the team comp that you're playing in, what you're playing against, what's the buffs and stuff in the current content, all that type of stuff, And I feel like that's not always kept in mind when people think about characters and stuff like that. Like Yijuan right now is not as hot in Deadly Assault as she was 2 patches ago. And you might be like, okay, HP inflation, all this type of stuff. I know the HP inflation. I don't like it. I don't like what they're doing with how they're doing stuff. And there's like the new shield for Seed and everything. The new boss. I'll make a video talking about the new boss, by the way, because the new boss, I actually think the new boss is good, but the last phase of it is really bad. I think you lose, I feel like you lose more points than you would have gotten from performance points. No, you lose more points that you would have gotten from just attacking the boss than the performance points you get. You get like 1k performance points for the last phase, but you lose like 20 seconds to the last phase. So it doesn't really check out, in my opinion. Yeah. Anyways, what I was saying was, yeah, Alice should go up. Nicole should go up. Yep, that's about it. That's about it, boys. I think we're locked in on tier list. Let me know what you guys think. Pridewin's new tier list. Is it the worst thing ever? Is it the best thing ever? Like I was saying, Zenless tier list at the end of the day, they're kind of whatever. Cause like, you know, like it depends on the person that's piloting a character. It depends on the team. It depends on what you're playing against. There's so much it depends in Zenless, you know. Yeah. But let me know what you guys think about this. Gib out. Stream on Twitch. Twitch.tv/gib. And adios. See ya.